Hello, my name is Eris Biederman. I am an intern here at Utah State University Extension, and this is The Art of Math. We did things like tessellations, which were great, and it's easy to find directions of these on YouTube, and they're really fun. They look really cool. The kids really enjoy them. And a tessellation is just another kind of pattern that you can make yourself. You take a shape, you use translation symmetry and move it left, right, up, down, whichever way, and it kind of fits together like a puzzle piece, which is fun. For more information on math patterns, you could start by looking up the Fibonacci sequence. We also did what I'm going to show you today, which is designing and building cardboard houses, which is interesting. We started with these materials over here. We had paper, something to write with, doesn't matter, pencil, pen, some cardboard of course, a ruler, some tissue paper and Mod Podge, a paintbrush and some paint, tape, hot glue with hot glue sticks of course, a box cutter, and a calculator if you need it. With these materials, I started off by saying, hey kids, I am hiring you today to design and build me a house or some other building because some kids didn't want to do houses. And I said, you have 144 square inches of land. Okay, 144 square inches. They said, oh, that's area. So then they had to find the perimeter, right? They figured out that 144 square inches of land is 12 inches by 12 inches. So they took their handy dandy ruler and, well, on a piece of paper first, they measured 12 inches by 12 inches, okay? And then came the really fun part, which they enjoyed, which was designing the inside of their house. They added bedrooms and bathrooms, a yard, whatever they felt like. Some kids, we had one kid who did a samurai house, of course, a radioactive plant. Whatever they wanted to come up with, that was fine, okay? Here comes the math, right? Now that we have designed the inside of our house, we had to use calculations and find out all kinds of different things about the inside of the house. We named each room. We talked about what is the perimeter of each room. Remember, that's adding up the outside sides, the area, and then the dimensions of each room. Once they had that, they designed the outside and picked which colors they wanted to paint their house, okay? And then I got to play inspector, which was kind of fun. And this inspector evaluation, you can do it any way you choose, but how we did it, we asked, okay, were their calculations correct? Did they choose colors that made sense together, that wouldn't clash? Did their house have some kind of symmetry, which we talked about in Art of Math class? And how are they going to make this thing strong, which was really, really important. We talked about the strength of buildings. If you go to Google and look up PBS Labs shapes, there's a really cute little lab where elephants will sit on different shapes, and the more elephants that sit on it and it stays in place, well, that's the stronger shape. Okay, once they passed their inspection, which they all did eventually, they could start building. And building was a little interesting, but we figured it out. What they had to do was look at their dimensions, pick a side, and create a rectangle for each wall. So let's say one side of the wall was 6 inches, okay, and they chose a height of 12 inches, then you would cut out a 6 by 12 rectangle, okay? You would also cut out your plot of land so that you could put your 6 by 12 rectangle on your plot of land and build up from there. Once they had all their walls built up and they did their roof and, you know, had a blast doing that. Then came the interesting part, and this is kind of optional, but it does look different. Mod Podge. You take tissue paper, okay, you kind of tear off a piece, right? You put it on your wall, then you'll take a paintbrush and some Mod Podge and just kind of brush it on there, kind of like that. Really simple. When you have that all done and it dries, it gives the cardboard a unique texture, and some people afterwards can't even tell it's cardboard, which is pretty neat. And then once that dries, you can go ahead and paint, and you get something that kind of looks like this. Okay? And of course, after that, the kids didn't want to be done. They started adding windows and doors and whatever other embellishments they could think of, which was awesome. They did fences and decorated their yards, and we really had a good time. And that's really all there is to it. It takes, you know, a couple hours, but it's a couple hours of good math, art of math fun.